Bang, 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 bang. Brothers and sisters, let's get it popping. White Heaven Pangs it. Let me go ahead and pull up this little screen real quick. I got to share a little something real fast. And then we'll go from there. Bam, bang. And let me just blow it up just a little bit. Okay, that looks right. Okay. 1972. And I'm gonna preface look. The preface to all this, okay, is that preface, as people like to say. But the preface to all this is that before somebody leaves this earth, before whatever bad things happens to people, there are a set of circumstances, if you will, that surround them, that bring them or make them feel that they are closer to their death than not. I don't feel like that. But the other day I was doing some research, and my research in my mind said, Meech, look at what day Bloody Sunday was. So I done that. Let me make sure that everything is tracking. It's tracking. Okay. So I'll pull up Bloody Sunday. And then I go back to Joe Biden real quick, but let's just one more time now. Let's look at that Bloody Sunday. January 30, 1972. Now, when we actually look at when Joe Biden takes office in 1972, wouldn't be till around November 7th. Stop right there. I want y'all to read this. Biden defeated Republican incumbent J. Caleb Boggs to become the junior U.S. Senator from Delaware in 1972. He was the only, I repeat, he was the only Democrat willing to challenge Boggs. And with minimal campaign funds, he was thought to have no chance of winning. Stop right there. This is how you know this shit is manufactured. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we ain't gonna go to that little all this other stuff. But look, let me go back to this Bloody Sunday. Because everybody forgets that Joe Biden is Irish, right? You know, they threw him a bone this year in 1972. I want y'all to ask yourself, be real. If you were building a person up to be a candidate, because you know, y'all like to think that people are picked to do these things, right? So they picked him back in 1972 to do exactly what he's doing right now. You follow what I'm saying? Do y'all understand me? Right. So when we have people who don't get that the death pangs are upon this nation, because guess what guess how he ran against this dude Boggs. Let me see if I can't pull that where he said Boggs was too old, y'all. One second. Where is it at? There we are. Boom, bam, bang. YouTube might get mad about it, but I got to be smart about it. This is all me just doing what I have to do.
As Andrew Kaczynski is uncovering the story for us. Andrew, tell us about how Biden campaigned that time around.
Right. So 51 years ago, Joe Biden was a 29-year-old Delaware city council. He was so young that when he was elected, he was not even the age that he could be sworn in. He didn't turn 30 until after that election. And he was attacking his opponent, Republican Senator Cale Boggs, over his age. Boggs was 63 at the time. Now we should note that's 17 years younger than Biden is today. That's more than 20 years younger than Biden would be in his second term if he was reelected, if he runs for reelection. And what's interesting about this is Biden in that campaign, he had some quotes where he said Boggs had lost. That old twinkle in his eye was one of his quotes. This approach was so explicit that the local press dubbed it the dear old dad approach to campaigning. Take a look at some of these newspaper ads that the Biden campaign ran during that campaign. You can see that he cited things like the 1948 poll tax. He had ads where he talked about Joseph Stalin and jazz musicians doing heroin. And he hammered home this line to contrast with Boggs, who was a two-term senator and a two-term governor. He used this line, he understands what's happening today. Take a listen to one of the radio ads that his campaign ran, hammering that home.
In Cale Boggs' day, when Stalin ruled, Americans had visions of Russian soldiers in our streets. In Joe Biden's day, Americans have visions of American criminals in our streets. Joe Biden, he understands what's happening today.
So that was then, this is now, and it's going to be interesting to see how Biden handles those age-related questions if he does announce for re-election.
As we expect he will. Andrew Kaczynski, thank you very much. I want to bring in our political experts right now.
Always laugh. I don't be in this bitch capping and going crazy and talking stupid. I know what I'm talking about. So let's get this. Whew. A lot of work to be done here. And people are like, what does it have to do with death pangs? Relax. We'll get there. How we spell Poseidon? Oh, E-I. There we go. This was not. I might even have to close the window and pull up my email. Okay, so let me go back. Let me stop sharing for half a moment. I'm gonna go to my email, then I'm gonna pull up that information. The death pangs. We'll get to Psalms 116 in a minute. But these are death pangs I'm seeing all over these guys. But the Most High God's not going to deliver them. That's the difference. I need y'all to realize what's happening. You see, I'm different. You know, I should have pulled up the shit years ago when I had found out that this dude was involved in the him and what's his face? Senator Kerry, I want to say, had both been the beneficiaries of private equity firms. Maybe more Senator Kerry than him, but I know he was involved in this shit. But people want to believe what they want to believe. Number one. Right on. Like, let me give you a prime example. By 1930, Black people had been out of slavery for almost 70 years. Why I make that a point is because Black people had voted Republican all the way up into Herbert Hoover and the flooding down there in Louisiana. That's what broke Black people's backs from voting Republican. Right. They didn't vote blue before that. It's not called the Black Democratic Party. It's called the Black Republican Party. Get the shit right. Now, while I look for this email that has this highly questionable and suspicious activity. I don't know if the U.S. is we don't. I don't know. I don't know if the U.S. is just capping out here, or if they downed the submarine, right? Um, 1 second. I just had this email sent to me, bro. 1 second. Search now. 1 second. Add attachment. Why can't I find my stuff? 1 second, y'all. Where's my phone at? I know exactly how I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I can't identify it right here, for whatever reason, sometimes this shit be hella weird. But like, I can look right here. Ooh. And see exactly what I'm looking for. There we go. Bam. That's funny. Found it just like that. So April 7th is the day I'm looking for. Y'all just don't know. This is how I have to do my stuff because you know the YouTube be acting funny. I mean, not YouTube, but you know the email. All this shit be acting on some dumb shit where I'm trying to pull something up that I know I already. Bang. Okay. Okay. Now this is a different article, but this will. I'm gonna tie the Poseidon shit back in here in a second. Give me one moment. Bam. Bang. And then I'll go and view it in YouTube. Okay, there we go. Blow this up. All right, legible. I mean, just so y'all can see the article. Russia says Ukraine struck nuclear plant. Kyiv denies it was behind the attack. Moscow. Russia said Ukraine struck the Zaporizhia nuclear power station controlled by Russian forces 3 times on Sunday and demanded the West respond, though Kyiv said it had nothing to do with the attacks. Listen to me, y'all. These are death pangs. This kind of activity right here are these are death pang activity. While I'm still here, I'm gonna look up um the damn the thing about Poseidon, because maybe it was a little while back, but I don't think I had just seen something about it the other day. Maybe it was an old article, but still, it's a full blown nuclear sub that went missing off their radars. And that's not the most damning thing. When I read this shit about how the dude in Ukraine, they're either their defense minister or Zelensky, one of them dirty ass niggas over there was asking for nukes. So we only need 3 or 4 and we can end it. Listen, do y'all hear what I just said? That's death paying language. When you know you are on death's doorstep, you get desperate. I don't give a fuck type of mentality. This is why this dude Biden can support this kind of dumb shit that's going on. Have y'all heard about this in your Western agencies? Has your favorite YouTuber told you about it? And so-called black YouTube, white YouTube, all that fucking bullshit. Do y'all hear about this? The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, which has experts at the site, said it was the first time the nuclear plant, Europe's largest, was directly targeted since November 22, and said the attack had endangered nuclear safety. Russian forces took control of the plant in 2022 after their full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Now that word invasion is subjective, not objective. Right on? If you wanted to say full-scale offensive, I could go with that. Invasion, no, because Russia's coming at it from a historical point of view. So if you say that the Jews can go and take back land that God supposedly gave to them, then why can't the Russians go back and reconquer land that was already all theirs? And these are all a collective people under a collective banister. While Zelensky himself, being a so-called Ukrainian, he's actually Jewish. Vladimir Putin broke this down. Let's keep talking. So you got Jews in Europe and Jews in the Middle East acting a fool, ready to bring the shit to nuclear destruction. And we all know the Jews are who? The Turks. Oh, feels good to talk some shit. Both Moscow and Kyiv have repeatedly accused each other of risking a nuclear accident by attacking the plant. No doubt. Here's the thing, though. If the Russians wanted to nuke somebody, they would have already done it, y'all. Do you guys understand that part? If they felt like they were going to do that, they would have done it already. Right. When you guys look up the Khans again and the Huns, look up the impact they had on Japan. Talking about way back in the day. Talking about where the Chinese and the Japanese actually come from and all those people who look like that in that region. Talking about my boy Vlad Putin looking like a white Asian person. Neither here nor there. Russia's state nuclear corporation, Rosatom, and this is not a Rick video because when I start to get it in, I'm just beginning to cook. This is not a Rick video. This is not about Iran or China. This is solely what I'm talking about. Is has to do with Russia. Nothing to do with none of them other dudes. So get that out your heads, please. It's not a Rick video. Russia's state nuclear corporation, Rosatom, said Ukraine attacked the plant 3 times on Sunday with drones. Now hear me, y'all. This is the same Ukraine that sank destroyers and all kinds of shit that's important and bragged about it. Bragged. Now I'm supposed to not believe you fuckers didn't attack a nuclear power station after the fact you asked for nuclear weapons. What? Where the fuck do they do that at? Give me one moment. Give me one moment. I'm pulling something up. Oh, where is it at? Listen. Man, this shit is so fucking crazy. I can't even find the article. Don't worry, it'll come back up one of these days. But I'm gonna pick up the one that's closest to what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. Come on, I gotta stop sharing on this one, and then I'm gonna pull that back up. But I gotta. No, this is crazy. Because they're saying your boy Zelensky didn't ask for nukes, but I know he did. I know he did. You little ass bastard. Yeah. Okay. Now check me out. I'm going to scroll down this bullshit. Claim. Now this is February 6, 2023. The stuff I'm talking about is like 3 or 4 months ago. Right on? They done scrubbed it off the internet, y'all. I know I should have saved that. I knew I should have saved that shit. The motherfucker from Ukraine was like, all we need is 3 or 4 nukes. And it wasn't even Zelensky, I don't think. I think it was his head dude. But it was them from Ukraine. It was a motherfucker from Ukraine. Okay? And it was high up. It was in his cabinet type of shit. Talking about they only needed 3 or 4 nukes. Why would I lie? Why would I tell why would I fabricate this? We ain't signing up for shit, AP. Fuck you niggas. Look. Claim. A video shows Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky saying that NATO can use nuclear weapons on Russia in order to deter Russia from using a nuclear arsenal. False. Erroneous English subtitles were added to a video of Zelensky. Stop right there. Stop right there. Who added the English subtitles? Who, y'all? Who? Who added the English subtitles? In his comments, Zelensky called for preemptive strikes against Russia, but English caption in the video changed the words to make it appear that he specifically mentioned the use of nuclear weapons. Who the fuck to say that he didn't? See? So show it in Ukrainian then. And then let a Ukrainian expert tell us. We don't even need to read the article anymore, y'all. I'm sharing this and I had to share the other page again. That shit pissed me off. The fact that these niggas can even try to tell you. These are death pangs, y'all. The ill will y'all feel on this earth are death pangs. Not your own, but of a whole nation. Who wouldn't be able to feel a whole nation dying? I mean, think about it. Who on this earth could not feel an entire nation taking its last gasps at air? Let me tell y'all something. I'm not sure if I told y'all this in the last video. At my job, a dude had a seizure his second day working there, right? White dude. Okay. I didn't kill him like these rest of these motherfuckers would have. They was going to start touching on him and trying to move him, not realizing like their body is convulsing maybe at full strength. If you move them the wrong way, you could cause them to break their own neck and kill themselves. Right on? You have to leave their body where it's at and pray that the convulsions are not so violent that it takes them out. Do you want them to? Would it be nice for all ground to be padded? Yeah. But if all you can do is get a towel underneath their head, that's what you better do. If all you can do is put your foot somewhere, that's what you better do. But you're better off allowing their body to go through the convulsion, sending all these electrons that are violently acting against one another as opposed to working in conjunction with one another, congruency with one another, together with one another. Right? And a seizure, just in case y'all didn't know it, a seizure is the equivalent of niggas who sell crack in the hood, pimp their own daughters, murder people, bring down the whole property value of the hood and then complain about the white man. That's a seizure in the body. Anyway, back to the point. Second day, dude is having a seizure up in the joint. And I'm looking over and I'm like, fuck. If this dude dies in here, money's over. But, I call 911. I'm quick about it. Even though he would have came to all on his own, been fine, they didn't do anything. Listen to me. They didn't do anything for him. All they did was run his vitals. They didn't do anything for him. They did no thing for him. Nothing. I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my life. My fair share of it, to say the least. And I always wonder if people accept the truth when they see it. A person convulsing in a seizure is a death pang. Those are the pangs of death. Have you never seen anyone seize up and shake them? It's not a movie. I'm talking about the real thing. I have a cousin, Zarin. When he was a young boy, he used to have seizures rapidly, multiple per day. Some small, some big. Now, while they won't say it's because one of my uncles had the nerve to say it and they tried to banish him because he's mixed breed. Shalona was chocolate. Her mama chocolate. Right on? Her daddy was probably a chocolate dude. And she went and got one of these her dude is mixed. Right on? She ain't gonna get with like a nigga who has a mixed parent, right? Because her first child is like that. Got a mixed parent and a black parent. But the baby is fine. The girl is fine. Like as far as like her medical issue, I never know my cousin to ever have no issues like that. Her little brother though, from the half breed dude, like who's actually half black, half white, medical issues. That's the caveat. Back to the point. Death pangs. My little nigga Zarin used to have seizures, right? Hella bad ones. I'm talking about super bad seizures. So we learned back then, like you can't touch people, you can't like I learned back then. This is a child we're talking about, not a grown ass man. You can't. If he's having a seizure, you cannot bother him. Right on. Now, while we were growing up, this is the truth. I seen Zarin have multiple seizures after the first time I saw him have a seizure. But for a long time, I never seen him have one. So I didn't know. And then when he had one, I knew to go get my auntie. I said something's wrong with Zarin. She said, "Oh God, he's having a seizure." And she called 911. Listen to me, y'all. She was scared because she said that's the worst one she had ever seen him have. And she was like, "What happened, Meech?" I said, "We was just in here, me, him, my other cousin Dino, who was all in there playing." Right on. Then all of a sudden he just went down. And Dino was in there. He was like, "Go get grandma." His grandma is my auntie. But that's what he gonna say. He's like, "Go get grandma." So I go get my auntie Rose. You know what I'm saying? And she called 911 and all that shit. Those are death pangs, y'all. Let me read something to you. Let me finish reading this and let me read the scripture to y'all. See, here in White Heaven, you can vote a dude in who tell me why he didn't run before this. They're like, Meech, he wouldn't have been 30 before. I'm like, y'all believe in coincidences? Y'all believe that he's Irish? Bloody Sunday happened. He was able to beat a long-standing incumbent on minimal nothing. Get the fuck out of here, man. Let's keep reading. Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant has been subjected to an unprecedented series of drone attacks, a direct threat to the safety of the plant, Rosatom said. The radiation levels at the plant and the surrounding area have not changed, it said. Meaning radiation is still the same, meaning that whatever they did, it didn't, even if it produced, they didn't say it didn't produce any damage. They're saying that the radiation, now listen, they could be fucking lying. They could be all out lying. They could just be lying to not make people fucking panic. Death pangs. A Ukrainian intelligence official who wouldn't name himself said Kyiv had nothing to do with any strikes on the station and suggested they were the work of Russians themselves. Stop right there. My issue with this is that you didn't say Ukraine had nothing to do. You said Kyiv had nothing to do with it. And when you say Russians, do you mean Ukrainian Russians? Saboteurs? I want to know. He's an intelligence official. He's not a defense official. Intelligence is I need y'all to understand what y'all are looking at when you read it and know these are different people. If this shit has said a Ukrainian journalist, right on, then name the name who has credible sources say Kyiv, or better yet, Ukraine, all in all, has nothing to do with it. Got you. But you're saying Kyiv doesn't. Kyiv is not all of Ukraine. They're like, well, these strikes only could have come from Kyiv. Are you listen? Like Vlad Putin said, when an attack happens, you have to look at who benefits from this and who has the ability and the resources and the know-how to do it. Meaning, a band of guerrillas might get lucky and do something that they have no idea they were doing. But a real military unit or intelligence force unit knows that they were sabotaging you. These guerrillas had no idea because none of them were on the level. So you have to understand who knows where this plan is at. You can say the whole world. Do you know the exact coordinates right now, right here, right now, where the plan is? Because I don't. We can go back and read that name again, just in case any of y'all think that you can pronounce it better. Zaporizhzhia. Okay? And maybe there's a better way to say it, but I wasn't born over there. So I'm giving you my version. And if any of you know where that plan is at, you got me. Zaporizhzhia, yeah? If you know where that's at, you got me. You fucking got me. Dead to rights. I lied. There is somebody who knows where it's at, whom I deal with on a regular, who deals with me. These are death pangs, my friends. Losers. What did I just say? History was written by losers do shit like this. Losers. A Ukrainian intelligence official said Kyiv had nothing to do with any strikes on the station and suggested they were the work of Russians themselves. Not the Russians, Russians. Because they didn't want to make it. I'm trying to tell you. If you guys never been around people who've been in one spot, when I was in Latvia, this place, you know, the little book right there, my little Latvisu Anglu, Latvian English. Yeah. When I was in Latvia, understand. They hated the Russians. But the Russian Latvian people were 50-50. I stood post with a whole host of different individuals. How many of you can say you stood post in a foreign country? Tell me. Because niggas be talking, these bitch ass niggas you listen to on YouTube be trying to tell you shit. I didn't have to fire no shots at nobody in no foreign land. It don't matter. I still stood post. I still stood with a foreign troop, my nigga. When did your favorite YouTuber do that? When? When did they have to be in a foreign country and be a representative and an ambassador to that country? Listen, y'all. I watched the president of Latvia in an armored assault vehicle act a complete ignorant fool while he was wearing a whole suit. This man had his arms up, yelling, woo! He was getting it in with a helmet on and everything. The president of Latvia, I've seen it happen. He was just having a ball. I've never shared this with you guys ever. I've never shared it with you. Today I do. I always think it's funny because, I was a reservist. I always laugh. I tell people this all the time. I was a reservist. I chose that on purpose. They asked me to be a reservist. I didn't go in with a contract initially for that, but I had a bunch of bullshit happen that kept me from my original intentions. So they asked me to become a reservist so that way maybe one day things change for me. Maybe I go back and I'm able to apply for Intel again and get it all right. But by then I had become jaded and disenfranchised, so it didn't matter. But the idea that I was asked to be a person that I never knew this. A lot of you guys don't know this. There's force reconnaissance in the Marine Corps and there's special force reconnaissance in the Marine Corps. You can only be special force reconnaissance if you're a reservist. Rules might have changed, but for the longest of time, you could be force recon in the Marine Corps. Active duty. I swear to God. May the Most High God of glory take the life out of this vessel as I say it if I tell a lie. As it was informed to me, Force Reconnaissance Marines were comprised primarily of active duty Marines. Special Force Reconnaissance were people who were reservists by nature because they needed to understand how to deal with the regular civilian populace. You needed to be able to blend in so many words. The movies that y'all see are fake. A real recon person, this is why operative and operator, right on, it's a thin line between the distinguishment. Because an operative might have been a guy that was special forces, Navy SEALs, Army Ranger, Gray Fox, paratrooper, SAS, right on. You know what I mean? All the different military, Spetsnaz, French Legionnaire, right? All the badasses that you can think of that I didn't name just then. And it's not because I don't know of you and I don't have no honor for the way you get down. It's just limited time here. And I'm trying to tell y'all that when you have groups like that, who operate like that, I'm not trying to hear certain shit. Do y'all understand? I don't want to hear certain shit from certain people because I know that they could never do it. A special force reconnaissance Marine is somebody that is a regular person. I chose to be a regular person, part-time warrior, I guess, but I'm a warrior every day, every moment, every second of the day till this breath leaves my body permanently. I'm a man. I'm all the things that I know that I need to be. However, I don't worry about that. The death pangs that you people are witnessing. See, I've been witnessing the death pangs. See, what looks like a slash to you was a death blow to me. What looked like they pushed them looked like they set them in their grave to me. You will begin to understand the severity of actions the older you get. You do not get to step away from. So, for example, as I said, the death pangs, and we're going to read on, we're going to finish this because there's not much left. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Where are we at? I know it didn't do some weird shit to me. Okay. See, I don't know what just happened just now, and I can't go back. I don't know what the hell is this. That's weird. Because I'm pretty sure I was just on a different um, article. But let me make sure I'm not tripping. Because Russian occupies up. Yeah, this is not where I was just at, y'all. I know it's not. This is not the article we were just at. I guess it. I guess it is. Let me see. Let me see. What the hell? Everybody. I'm trying to tell you, I do not remember reading all these parts of it. Um, I remember it saying that the shit wasn't any higher than it was before. They're giving us actual time. I don't remember this, y'all. Okay, here we are. There we are. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Excuse my language, but here we are. Maybe I'm just tripping and I still don't have the right article. Listen, this is crazy. I did a little touching on whatever, and that's I can't find the exact spot I was just. I know where I was just at, y'all. Okay. This is not good. Is there another article here? Hmm. Wow, this is crazy, brothers and sisters. Unless this shit will let me just keep rolling up, I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay, here we are. There we go. Damn. A nigga was at Reuters, somehow ended up at CNN. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Excuse my language, but I'm like, dude, this shit doesn't make sense. I know what I was looking at. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. Okay, I'm retarded. One second. What we just did. The Ukrainian intelligence official said Kyiv had nothing to do with the strikes, any strikes on the station. I got to bring it back to these Ukrainian bitch ass niggas, and suggested they were the work of Russians themselves. Russian strikes included imitations ones on the territory of Ukrainian nuclear power plant have long been a well-known criminal practice of the invaders. A spokesperson for the Ukraine's HUR main intelligence directorate, Andriy Yusov, Reuters was unable to immediately verify battlefield accounts from either side. The nuclear plant has six Soviet-designed VVER-1000 V320 water-cooled and water-moderated reactors containing uranium-235, and has spent nuclear fuel at the facility, meaning used. Reactors 1, 2, 5, and 6 are in cold shutdown, while Reactor 3 is in shutdown for repair, and Reactor 4 is in so-called hot shutdown, according to the plant, because they fucked some shit up. So even if it didn't blow nothing up, they have to fire this bitch up like it's gonna fire to get all the shit off, and then they have to shut it down. Just in case y'all don't understand how it works, I can't tell you too much, but from what I've been told about how nuclear reactors really work, if you were to test fire one, like if you were to fake or pump fake one, blind dry fire, so to speak, right? You would have to still turn the reactor on, act like you're going through the whole process, and then at a certain point it can shut down because it's been brought to a certain level of energy, so the energy can then dissipate upon itself. I can't tell you too much more than that. No, I'm not an agent. Never was, never have been, never will be. I'm just a nig, a NIG, baby. A cold one at that. Russian ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova urged world leaders to condemn the act of nuclear terrorism. Zakharova asked how many more times Ukraine would endanger nuclear safety at a plant before Western leaders took action. She's right. These niggas been doing this wild shit this whole time, dog. Understand, they had to denuke Ukraine, not Russia. There's a reason why they denuclearized. There's a reason why these niggas were denuclearized. Anybody have one of those badass cousins who don't listen to nobody until they get in trouble? Ukraine is that badass cousin. I'm telling you. This is a major escalation of the nuclear safety and security dangers facing the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. Such reckless attacks significantly increase the risk of a major nuclear accident and must cease immediately. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi said in a statement. This isn't the Russians saying it. This is a dude who's over the shit. Attacking a nuclear plant is an absolute no-go, Grossi said. Although the damage at Unit 6 has not compromised nuclear safety, this was a serious incident that had the potential to undermine the integrity of the reactor's containment system. Listen, imagine. No, stop it, y'all. Imagine they were able to fucking set off the nukes. You know, Washington, where I live, is a nuclear powered state, right? Y'all know I'm nuclear powered, right? Y'all know I got all that radiation in my body flowing through it. Listen to me. Imagine if somebody set off the fucking reactors in Washington state. Do you guys understand what would happen? You don't? Okay, let me break it down. 40%. No less than 38% of all of all hydroelectricity from in the United States is powered right here in Washington. Bunch of niggas don't know that. I've been knowing this since I was a little boy. So once again, why would I tell everybody everything I know? What good does that do me? I'm a self-serving ass nigga like everybody else. I don't get to heaven for you. I get to heaven for me. Can you dig that? I get to heaven for me. You don't get to heaven for me. And I don't get to heaven for you. I don't no. You better be self-serving. Your salvation better be important to you. It better mean everything. It better be everything that there ever will be, there ever was. All that fucking matters. Let's talk about it. Your boy over here acting a fool. No, let's scroll down. Let's scroll down to the different ones. UN Atomic Watchdog said the status of Russian occupied Ukraine nuclear site is extremely dangerous. The Ukrainians would rather blow this shit up. The Ukrainians would rather blow this shit up than take a L. Hold on, man. Let me pull something up on my actual personal page. Right? Because you know I be bullshitting sometimes. So let me pull some shit up on my personal page of YouTube. Google. Does anybody remember Rick Big and Weak other than Meech? Don't worry, I'm gonna put the link to that in the fucking thing. When I say my shit aged, fuck wine. Wine, my nigga. If this is wine, this is some shit that you would kill for. Okay, you would throw your questionable bastard child over the fucking ledge for, nigga. If this is wine, this is the kind of shit I got. What are y'all talking about? I asked the question. They didn't answer me. I asked the question. I put the knowledge out. Then they stole it. Todd Anderson every time. But when they talk about their master teachers, even though they got everything from me, took it from me, stole it from me, borrowed it, absconded it from me, what? I didn't willfully relinquish it. Not all my knowledge, just the shit I'm saying. But nigga, I said shout a nigga out. I still can't get a shout out. To this day, not one of these bitch ass niggas have shouted me out. The greatest, the coldest, the best there'll ever be amongst them. And I still can't get a tiddlywink of gratification. You niggas was talking about clones and shit before I got here. You niggas was talking about weird shit before I got here. Don't I deserve some motherfucking honor? Your brother told you Eve was a clone. You said this nigga smoking crack. I said, then where'd they get the concept from? And then everybody said, oh, whoa, slow down. He's not smoking crack. You mad because the crack baby, the coldest nigga you ever listened to. The most honest, the rawest, the realest. Fuck you, nigga, and your two feelings. And the bitch ass pony you rode in on, nigga. Cause you rode in on a pony. You couldn't afford a horse, let alone an ass, let alone a mule, but you had enough for the pony. That's why they say pony up my money. You stupid ass niggas. Anybody who knew that, don't take no offense. If you didn't know that and you took offense, I don't care. What is a pony, y'all? I thought so. It's not a big amount of money. Mm. Here we go, y'all. I ain't even gonna play the whole joint. I'm copying the link. Come on, YouTube. Quit acting like a bitch. Oh, they mad. Oh, YouTube is big mad. Give me mines. Copy. Boop. What's up, Blender Yuta? Bro, I've been doing some dumb shit this whole time. You gotta forgive me, man, for just not seeing nothing. I apologize, I salute, but you know how this shit is. A nigga gotta get it in sometimes. And this is one of those times. Bang. UN Atomic Watchdog says the status of Russian occupied Ukraine nuclear plant is extremely dangerous. I wonder why. Look at these dudes right here. Lay it up. Those are real dead bodies, y'all. These aren't fake dead bodies. These are real life fucking dead bodies. Huh? How about that? Appreciate you. Yahoo for making it happen. Look, these dudes laid up. They want us to feel bad for them. They chose that life. Look at all these guys over here looking crazy. Little boy with his glasses on. Old girl with her. Yeah. Look at this dude right here, man. Pudgy and shit. Y'all see this motherfucker over here off to the left, to the far left? That's who y'all trust to fight this war. Y'all trust my dude right here in the middle with the Captain Kangaroo hat on. That nigga got a pouch on his stomach and shit. Right. The only ones who look like they was ready is the dude holding his son. I can't see the gut out if he got a gut or not. But the only dude who really looked ready is my man standing up back here with the beard and the mohawk and the goddamn dude kneeling over. That's it. They're the only ones who look motherfucking combat ready. But with them fucked up haircuts, man, listen, man. Y'all deserve to get touched. I'm telling you. Now let's roll down. Cold blooded. Oh no, we gotta keep going. Oh, we got 4 pictures here. Yeah, man, we gotta see the suffering that the Ukrainians have brought upon themselves. Look at them. When's the last time you seen some shit like this in America, huh? Where they was able to get a whole body of a soldier and say, fuck it. Mm-hmm. The old man standing back there looking like, better you than me. That nigga don't give a fuck. Come on. Yeah, that's that same picture. Look at all these young niggas over here. All them up there wondering which one of us is going to be dead next. Yeah. Those look like Belleville boots. Those look like some boots I wore in fucking Marine Corps boot camp or similar to it. But they don't blouse their boots. Look at that shitty ass shit right there. That's shitty. That's shitty. That's shitty down there too. But this nigga right here with the glasses on, holding the fucking guidon, his shit's shitty. He's fucking trash. Anyway, let me just go ahead and just leave these dudes alone, man. Because look, man, y'all don't know. I want y'all to understand the death pangs. Now we're gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna pull up this new one. Okay, this joint. Okay, and I gotta make sure it's right. Chrome tab. Brenton. What the fuck is it? Okay. Can I share or not? All right. Let me go ahead and blow this up. You know, let me tell y'all something. This is how good the Most High God is. You know, that's how great He is. He's so blessedly wonderful. So, not nobody else, me, messed my car up. And I had brought some stuff in and it had messed with the magnetics on my computer. Couldn't shoot all my videos like I wanted to. You get what I'm saying? So, long story short story shorter, I I couldn't make all my videos like I wanted. I had to move some stuff around, get some stuff moved around. Only because of my people, man, do I do things the way I'm supposed to. This is Psalm 116, and this is my version of Death Pangs. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I am well pleased because the Lord will hearken to the voice of my supplication, because he has inclined his ear to me. Therefore, I will call upon him while I live. The pangs of death compassed me. The dangers of hell found me. I found affliction and sorrow. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Oh Lord, deliver my soul. The Lord is merciful and righteous. Yea, our God has pity. The Lord preserves the simple. I was brought low, and he delivered me. Return to thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord has dealt bountifully with thee. For he has delivered my soul from death, mine eyes from tears, my feet from falling. I shall in the land of the living. Hallelujah. I believed, wherefore I have spoken, but I was greatly afflicted. And I said in my amazement, every man is a liar. What shall I render to the Lord for all things wherein he has rewarded me? I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. O Lord, I am thy servant. I am thy servant, and the son of thine handmaid. Thou hast burst by bonds asunder. I will offer to thee the sacrifice of praise, and I will call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord in the presence of all his people, in the courts of the Lord house, in the midst of thee, Jerusalem. My people, just know, right will not be righted. Right will not be righted until the wrong is wrong. Did you hear me? Until you wrong the wrong, you will not right the rights. There is a blessing coming to the people. There's a righteous thing coming to the people. It's up to you and me to go after it and get it. That's it. That's all. The pangs of death. Who has ever been close to dying? who has asked for the Most High God to save them? I have. Who owes everything they have to the Creator on high? I do. I hold nothing against my people. Nothing. Because you don't know everything. And I don't know everything. But I'll say this much. You are watching the end happen before your very eyes. Are you just going to stand by and watch them destroy everything? Or are you going to stand up and fight for what little there is worth fighting for? To be meek is not to be a carpet or a rug. If the Most High God meant the carpets of the earth, the men of the earth who are carpet like will inherit it. He would have said that. He said the meek. People who are meek want to engage in violence all the time. They expressly decide against so. That's what makes them different from those that engage in violence willfully. You're not meek if you go out there and shoot up people. You could never claim to be meek. What makes you meek? Huh? You went out there and killed a man who you thought killed a man who you couldn't prove killed a man. Now you killed a man who you can't say actually killed a man. And now you want God to forgive you. But he told you vengeance was his from the first place. So why should he forgive a man that took vengeance in his hands in the first place? The Ukrainians are no more Christ-like than anyone else who claims to be Christ-like and takes vengeance upon themselves. The Most High God sends vengeance. His vengeance right now is they may nuclear bomb the earth, certain areas. I'm okay with it. Are they okay with it? Can they really live with themselves like I will live with what they do if they do it? Are they strong enough for that? Are they sure they have the constitution to see people? See, they don't want to see it. They don't even want to hear about it. To be locked away and not think about it is all they can do. They're cowards. A real warrior, a real king could go onto a battle site and look at the death and the destruction that his decisions brought. And he could decide if this was worth it. For all the people back home who were going to eat and drink and be mirthful, this is worthy. But for all the people who will receive bad news, this is unworthy. That is how war works. That is how conflict works. If I am not afflicted, how can it not be worth it? If I am afflicted so greatly that I will never be the same, how could it be worth it? So people don't know. Okay? They don't know. Just some nig talking to the people. Before I roll out, before I get up out of here, because I didn't cook this thing all the way up, more than you guys will ever realize. Your boy Biden, again, are you sure he's not an IRA terrorist masquerading as the president? One moment. IRA and Russia. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. We won't even get too carried away into this. I don't want y'all to listen. YouTube had already fucked it up. But now here we are, right there. Yeah. YouTube can't stop that one, can they? No, they can't. They can try, but they can't stop it. Joe Biden is a fake Irishman. He's a devil. But he's willing to bring death to the Americas if must need be, and so need be. This is the closest thing to the IRA Russian connection we've ever had. Death pangs. White heaven death pangs. You have no idea what you're looking at, do you? I'm not the end. I'm the truth. The beginning of the truth and the end of the lies. My brothers and my sisters, I salute you. I salute you once more. I salute you again. May tomorrow be better than today, and may your next week be better than your last. Remember, it is their job to make you to believe in the things that are lies. A sick man sometimes is a dying man, and a dying man always has death pain.